Every evening at sunset, when the scent of fresh bread filled the air, a small figure appeared outside the bakery window. She was just a little girl, her eyes fixed on the vibrant cakes, standing perfectly still as the world hurried past her. Inside, the bakery owner watched her. Day after day, he saw the same silent longing in her eyes, and his heart began to ache with curiosity. Finally, he stepped out into the cool evening air. He knelt down to meet her gaze and gently asked, "Why do you stand here every day, little one?" The girl hesitated, her voice a soft murmur. "My brother loves cake." "But we can't afford it," she said, looking down at her worn slippers. She opened her small, trembling palm to reveal a handful of dirty coins. It was only $1.20. The cake she wanted cost $8. The owner didn't say a word about the price. He simply smiled, went back inside, and carefully placed a beautiful cake into a white box. He handed it to her, but she stepped back, startled. "I don't have enough," she whispered, her eyes filling with confusion. The owner knelt again, looking her straight in the eye with a kindness that felt like sunlight. "Today," he said softly. "You do?" Tears welled in her eyes as she took the gift. She turned and ran home as fast as her old slippers could carry her, a small spark of joy in the night. The next day, the bell above the door chimed. The little girl walked in, her head held high, and placed 2 small coins on the counter. For yesterday, she insisted. She told him her mother said they must never take things for free. Respecting her dignity, he accepted the coins with a nod. Months passed. Sometimes she would buy a small treat, and other times she would just wave through the glass with a bright, grateful smile. Then, one day, the spot outside the window was empty. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, but the girl did not return. Years later, an elegant, well-dressed woman walked into the shop. She looked around at the familiar shelves, her eyes shimmering with unshed tears. She approached the counter and asked the owner, now gray-haired, if he remembered a little girl who used to stand outside in the shadows. "That was my daughter," the woman explained. "She told me she wanted to grow up to be just as kind as the man who gave her hope that day. She placed a large order for a celebration," her voice cracking slightly as she whispered, "We finally have enough to share with everyone." Before she left, she told him that the small cake from years ago was their family's first happy memory in a very long time. The owner looked at the spot on the counter where a few coins once lay. The sunset light flooded the shop just as it did many years ago. Sometimes, the smallest act of kindness creates a ripple that lasts a lifetime. Never underestimate the power of a gentle heart.